All right, we are going to be labeling our pitches to Who Has Seen the Wind, our Greenbelt song for Recorder Karate. In this piece, you do have a new note, which is really exciting. It is E. Now remember, E sits on the bottom line of the staff. E for every. Every good boy does fine, right? That E is on the bottom. You do have a picture of what that's going to look like on your recorder. Your thumb, your first 3 fingers. This line is to separate your hands. So then on your right hand, you'll have 2 fingers. Left hand is thumb 1, 2, 3. Right hand is the next 2 holes down. This is going to be the lowest sounding note that we have played so far on your recorder. So remember to use really hot, slow air as you are playing. That slow air is going to get you the low sound, that hot, slow air. Another new thing that we have in Who Has Seen the Wind are 8th notes. When we were in 1st and 2nd grade, we would read them as TT. T, 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 ta. T, 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 ta. T, 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 ta. Now we're looking at them. They are the same thing, but we're putting numbers to them. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Let's talk about those pitches now. Even though these are connected, they are still 2 separate notes. The connection is just talking about the rhythm. Remember, the rhythm is how quickly you play them and how long you are going to hold those notes out, right? So even though they're connected, they're still 2 separate notes. So you want to make sure you have a label for each circle. Each note head is a different note. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go here. Now, a reminder, as we've been working through all of our different songs, you are either going to use your saying if the note head sits on a line, every good boy does fine, or you are going to be using face if the note head sits in a space, right? So remembering we have every good boy does fine, or face, F, A, C, and E. Our first note head is sitting on a line. A line, because it's on a line, we're going to use our saying, every good boy does fine. Every good boy does fine. It's on the bottom, that's going to be an E. So I'm still going to put my label right above the note head. Okay, just this one right here, that's our E. Now this one does repeat. It's the same note again, so you have another E. I'll label that. Moving along, your next note head is sitting on a line, so you're going to use every good boy does fine. But it is no longer on the first line, it is on the second line. Every good boy does fine. And remember, these stems and connections up here, they don't matter, right? Every good boy does fine. Those just tell you the rhythm. This is going to be our G. Next up, your note is in a space. F, A, C, E, because we use face for spaces. It's going to be an A. And last note in your first measure, also on a line, every good boy does fine. So third line up, that's going to be a B. Bottom line again. Bottom line is every, E for every, so we have 2 more E's to start the second measure. Next we have second line, every good boy does fine. G for good. Next up we have a space, so we're going to use face, F, A, C, E, an A there. Every good boy does fine. We have a B once again. Notice your first measure and your second measure are the same. That is correct, they are the same. Moving along to our third measure, you do have 8 notes in this measure. 8 eighth notes. Labeling, we have right on the line. Remember, we're starting at the bottom of the staff to count up. Every good boy does fine, so we have a B. The same, the same, the same. They're all in a straight line, so we have 4 B's. After that, we are in the space again. F-A-C-E, because we use face with space. We have 2 A's. Every good boy does fine, 2 G's. Back to 2 E's, E for every on the bottom line. Every good boy does fine. We're at that G again, 2 G's. And last but not least, bottom line, E. Great job, there's your labels. Quick thing to point out, we still have our double bar at the end that tells us that the song is over. Our bar lines, also known as measure lines, those separate your measures. And our set of 2 numbers in the beginning is called our time signature. That tells us that there are 4 beats in a measure, just worrying about that top number right now. All right, I hope you enjoy playing Who Has Seen the Wind?